Well said. Well said. Now, when Dr. Watts introduced us to our next president, that made me stop and think. And then when Miss Heidi Jeffers sang the national anthem, really and truly, that brought me on. I almost came out before the Elkin singers, but Lord, look what we've missed. When I was young, I grew up in a little town in Arkansas, about 10 miles from here, I think. Anyway, it was about the size of this auditorium in Stamps. And my grandmother, who didn't want any worldly music in the house, but on Sunday morning, we would have the Wings Over Jordan. On Sunday morning, all my life, from 3 to 13, I was here on Sunday morning. Over my head, I hear music in the air. And that's a pitch, too. Over my head, I hear music in the air. Over my head, I hear music in the air. There must be a God somewhere. In my life, young men and women, in particular, students here at UT, you at UTPB, I've come for you, and I thank you for coming back because I was not well and I couldn't come, but I wanted to. I moved from California in 1981. I moved to North Carolina. But North Carolina and Texas were the two states I was thinking about. I like this state. I like your bigness, your boldness. I do. I know that some of you are crazy as road lizards. I know that. But that's true everywhere. But I went to North Carolina. However, any chance I get to come back to Texas, I come. At one time, the writer Alex Haley told me to take a house, an apartment in San Antonio because he knew I needed a place to get away to. And I did for 3 months. I posted myself in San Antonio on the Riverwalk. It was wonderful. It almost made me sane or serene. I was really up to the very end of my patience. As Miss Ruby D. and Ossie Davis used to say, I was at my last nerve. But I did come to Texas, and I found myself really making so many friends, people who thought much as I thought. And one of my languages is Spanish, and I got a chance to really speak it in San Antonio. And just to make friends, black ones and white ones, some fat ones and thin ones, some pretty ones, some plain, some gay ones, some straight ones. I made friends. So I agree with the statement of Terence. Terence said, I am a human being. Nothing human can be alien to me. Homo sum, humani nihila me alienum puto. I am a human being. Nothing human can be alien to me. It's a most amazing statement. And it's interesting that it was made by Terence. When you look in your encyclopedia, you will see in italics, Terentius Afer. He was an African, a slave. He was sold to a Roman senator. He was freed by that senator and became the most popular playwright in Rome. 5 of his plays and that statement have come down to us from 154 BC. Wow. This man not born white or free or with any chance of becoming a citizen in the Rome of his day, said, I am a human being. Nothing human can be alien to me. It's amazing. It liberates you. If you can internalize the least part of that statement, you are liberated in a way. I teach at Wake Forest University, and I put that on the blackboard so that my students, whether I'm teaching in Spanish or French, if I'm teaching in philosophy or drama or English, whatever, that's on the blackboard. And I ask my students to put it in their notebooks, try to put it in their minds. If they can do that, young men and women, if you can do that, you are free to take the ideas of any human being in the world. You can no longer say, oh, I don't get algebra, trigonometry, I don't get that. When you realize that Pythagoras was a human being just like you. You can't say, oh, I can't speak other languages, I just don't get it. When you realize that people who speak other languages are just like you.
That's right.
Human beings who speak those languages. And you can't say, oh, I can't write, I can't become a writer. The writers, whether they are Charles Dickens, Shakespeare, James Baldwin, or Nikki Giovanni, just like you. Look at it. The world is open to you. You have already been paid for. Whether your ancestors came from Eastern Europe, trying to escape the pogroms, the little and large murders, arriving at Ellis Island, having their names changed to something utterly unpronounceable. Or if the ancestors came from Ireland, trying to escape the potato blight, which assailed Ireland and Germany at the same time. If the ancestors came from Scandinavia, anywhere in Europe, Italy, New and Old Delhi, if the ancestors came from South America, Mexico, the islands, trying to find a place that would hold all the people, all the faces, all the Adams and Eves and their countless generations. Or if the ancestors came from Asia in the 1850s to help build this country, unable legally to bring their mates for decades. Or if they came from Greece, sister. If they came from Africa, unwillingly, lying spoon fashion, that is back to belly in the filthy hatches of slave ships, in their own and in each other's excrement, and urine, and menstrual flow. They're paid for each of us already. See it. See it. You are liberated then to understand that all I really have to do is pay for someone else who is yet to come. Isn't that nice?